everyone, welcome to the CS2 typing class. So I hope you are practicing as much as possible and you are getting a grip over the typing. Now the target of today's class is basically we are starting with a chapter Markov chains. Okay, Markov unit we are starting with. So in this unit basically a lot of students struggles in typing their transition matrix into the Word document, right? So in this class we will be targeting different types of ways in which we can type a transition matrix basically. So there can be numerous approaches, 3 to 4 approaches we would be discussing in today's class, and you guys can decide, it's completely up to you which approach feels you comfortable, which approach is quicker for you and which approach you can easily understand. Okay, there is no restriction on the approach. You guys can do think or consider the approach according to you. Okay, so let's do it via question only. Let's read the question. So this is the question. We have been given a single step transition matrix, and in first part we have to calculate the probability. So first part is basically we have already done our previous classes which can facilitate the typing of a first answer. So I would not be going to the technicalities of this first class, because my motto through these classes is not to teach you doing questions. It's to teach you different types of notations, different types of complex equations that you may struggle in. Okay. So please refer to my previous videos and try typing this first part by your own. Moving to second A part, it asks us to calculate the second order transition probabilities, that is I may need to show a transition matrix. So this is the part I should do. So let's do it. So first approach I am teaching you guys is through my use of Excel. Okay. So as you can see, this is my matrix. First matrix I have already written. This. Okay. Now I can give border to all its sides. That's also okay. If you are not giving borders to all its type, you can stick to this type of formatting using the left border, right border, top border and bottom border as well. Please make sure that if you have enough timing in exam, if you are having this formatting done within your time, then only go for this formatting. Otherwise do not indulge in excess formatting, so such that you are leaving the rest of the paper or some parts. Okay, you can stick to this normal formatting as well, that is also equally acceptable. Now let me calculate the transition second order transition matrix basically through mmult. Again, this is concerning your Excel class or whatever. In Excel you can get the matrix multiplication through mmult functionality. Okay. Now I can again give the headings like this. Make sure you are giving the headings of what your row shows, what your column shows, because you may be penalized if you are not showing what exactly is your row and column depicting. Okay. So I will just copy this whole thing, Control C, I will get my Word file, I will write my part number, I am doing first part, second A, and I am doing the equation of T square. I just paste the whole thing. Okay. Either you can get it in front of this or just below it is also okay. Clear guys, this is the first way. Now coming to second way, I could have pasted the whole thing through this formatting only. Okay, this whole formatting is also equally acceptable because it's look a lot more presentable, but again this is conditional that you are able to type this quickly. Okay, otherwise don't indulge in so much formatting. Now if you are not going to use Excel, if you are not willing to use Excel, and you have done the calculator values, you have your calculator values, what else you could do is, you could insert a table through Word only. Insert, go to tables, and I want how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 16. So I will choose 4 columns and I will choose 4 rows. So basically you got your matrix formation. If you want, you can simply reduce the sizes of the rows and columns. so that it look a lot more presentable, but again it is conditional that you are having time in the exam. Cool guys? So let us type the numbers now. Look, I have kept the one excess row and one excess column just because of headings A, B, D. These headings are must. Again I am repeating. Now if you click enter, you will get the space within the column, within the cell. So I need to use my downward or upward arrow key. Okay, do not use enter. Similarly, I can type the values 0.8489, here I have 0.0885, here I have 0.0626, similar 0.1865, 1 and 0.0885, 0.725, this is 0 and this is 0. This is third way in which you can write your matrix. Okay, you can type here in the part above, you can write this is my matrix for P square. What is the one more way? I can use the typical matrix format from my equation. Okay, so I go to insert, I go to symbol, I go to equation. Now in equation you can see a lot of options here. I can see a matrix option here, right? So I will see this matrix option, I will go to this matrix option. Now it asks me what type of matrix I exactly want. So I exactly want this 3 by 3 matrix format. So I will go to this 3 by 3 matrix format. But I would require this ABD and ABD as well. So I will also be doing, I will inserting one more column and one more row within it. So I would insert my rows and columns, left click, right click on this one cell. Now it asks you to insert. Now it asks you whether you want to insert a row before, row after, column before, column after. So you can choose either because we have to indulge a row and a column. So column before and I will include a row as well. Cool guys, we can get this 4 by 4 matrix. Now here I can write my A, B and D. Here I can get my A, this is B. Again I have to use the forward arrows key, I have to use this downward arrow key or backward arrow key. Enter won't work here. I can type in my value 0.8489, this is 0.0885, this is basically 0.0626, this is my 0.1965, this is my 1, this is my 0.0885, this is my 0.725, this is my 0 and this is my 0. After it is done, you are within this equation editor, place a square bracket here. In this part, before this, use the backward arrow key, just a second, yes, use the backward arrow key and place your cursor here. Once you place the cursor here, then once you are done with these two brackets, click a space. You can get this matrix format. Clear guys? So these are the 4 ways in which you can write a transition matrix. Is it clear? Another format, if you don't want to write a matrix format, what else can you do? You can calculate the individual probabilities. So now what does this basically this cell mean? This is the second order transition probability from my A to A. So I can denote it as P square AA, right? So I will simply write P square underscore AA. This probability is 0.8489. I can write similar, I have 9 probabilities, I can write 9 different equations for this. This is also acceptable if they are asking you second order probability calculation. So they have not specifically mentioned that you have to write the transition matrix. So if they are not asking you explicitly to write a transition matrix, you can simply use these format also. You do not need to necessarily show a table. Clear guys? I hope this is clear. These all methods are clear. These are the 4 or 5 ways in which you can write a matrix in the Word. So let's move forward to our next part and try actually writing the whole equation when we got a complicated equation basically. B part says calculate the expected number of defaults within next 2 years. Again, this is a very simple question. I'm not gonna do it. It involves a simple theoretical script and a simple numerical answer which you can type using my previous classes and basic MS Word shortcuts as well. I am moving to my third part. I have to calculate the expected number of defaults for this investment manager over the next 2 years, given that portfolio initially consists of 100 A rated bonds. So I need to make the first matrix of what exactly the situation of my bonds is, then a transition matrix, and then my final answer in a matrix as well. Okay. So let's do the second part. For this, manager will use the first order transition matrix T, okay, or whatever notation you use. After 1 year, the expected number of companies in each state will be. What will be the expected number? First I have 100, 0, 0, this is multiplied by the whole matrix and this is equal to my 9253. Okay, so I can write simply 100, I give a tab to 0, I give a tab to 0. This is looking like a matrix, or I could have done is, I could have used Excel as well, or I could have done the matrix addition. Let me use matrix, direct matrix function in the equation editor. So I can write alt equal to, I go to matrix. Now I wanted this matrix only. Okay, so I go to this matrix. Now I start with a bracket at 200. I use forward arrows key to go to the next cell, and then I use my square brackets. So this is looking like a matrix. Okay. Then I use my first order matrix. So what you can do is, guys, if you have written this whole matrix, you can just copy paste it. Now in the first part you have already shown what your first row, first column depicts. That's why you do not need to show A, B, D headings in your matrix now. So I can again involve my, let me type an equation again, alt equal to, I am just moving forward, I write alt equal to, I go to matrix, I insert a 3 by 3 matrix, I start with my square brackets, using the forward functions. I use to type 0.92, again forward 0.05, 0.03. Now if I use my forward arrow key, that will give me the fourth element, second row, first column element. Okay, so 0.05, 0.85, we have 0.1, we have 0, 1 and 1. Square brackets. Now this is equal to, again I insert an equation 9253, so a 3 order matrix, so matrix and a so I go to equation, matrix, a 3 matrix, then I start with square brackets, I write 9253 and then square brackets. So this way you can do it as well. Otherwise you could have used tables functionality and you could have pasted like this as well. Then you can calculate the answer, and your fourth part is basically the comment, which I won't be moving on. So this is basically how you can type the transition matrix in your exam. Moving forward, we have Chapman-Kolmogorov equations, right? So I will be showing you how to type Chapman equations. I will be doing it through a formula only, because in that way you can cover the rest of the equations. Okay. So let's do the Chapman-Kolmogorov equation as well. We have sum defined in it, right? Just a second. So I am just showing you how to write a Chapman-Kolmogorov equation using equation editor, if you are not using equation editor in the normal approach of as well. So Chapman-Kolmogorov equations. Okay. So it is P underscore, we have ij. Okay, so we will use ij space, then we have to move to the superscript. So move to superscript, we have shift 6 brackets m comma n, brackets close, space bar. Okay. Now, can you see we are not getting any brackets, but in equation we have brackets. So, what is the approach? We have to use double brackets. Whenever we want brackets in a subscript and superscript, we have to use double brackets. Please note that in equation editor, okay? Double brackets, m comma n and double brackets, okay? Backslash sum. Now I have to place in the limits. Limits is k belongs to s, k. Now how do I get this belong sign? This belong sign has its name called epsilon, okay? Then we have s, we have nothing in our upper limit, so we just simply press space bar. We have p underscore ik, then we have in the superscript we have m comma I, double brackets because I want brackets in the superscript as well. Clear guys? Then we have pkj, so I can either copy paste it, but it will be easier to type the whole thing again because it's not taking that much time to us. So, clear guys? This is how you can write in equation editor. Now, you can see this grayish bar, this means we are still within the sum. If I press enter, it will go within the sum only. So, I have to use forward arrow key to escape this sum and then come to next part. Clear? Now, if I talk about normal equation, so how would I write the normal equation? I will write it as p ij raised to the power m comma n. Okay, this is equal to understanding this. Otherwise, you could have used subscript and superscript. So, subscript and superscript, control shift minus to go to the subscript, control shift plus to go to the superscript, control shift plus to come back to the normal script. This is another form. If you have to write the sum in normal equation, so sum brackets, I have pik, right? We have already done this in previous class, but still I am revising the things. I won't be doing sum and rest of the things in the next classes. P, I have my limit as k belongs to s, so I can write epsilon. If you are not using epsilon, so you can simply write k belongs s. Okay, you can simply type the whole thing. Don't use e. Then control z, then I type the whole thing again. So it's p, we have ik raised to the power m comma I. Then we have multiplied it with pkj and we have raised to the power I comma n, brackets closed, brackets closed. Okay, this is equal to, if I talk like this, so I will be doing sum and then I will be putting the limit, so it is backslash epsilon s. Okay, if you have enabled your mathematical typing consistent with my first class of CS2, please go back if you want this epsilon sign to be enabled in your word script as well. Clear guys? Then we type the whole thing, which is p underscore control shift minus to go to the normal script, super subscript, then control shift plus to go to the upper script, control shift plus we multiply, control shift minus to go back to the subscript, control shift plus to go back to upper script, we have this L comma n, control shift plus come back to the normal script. Okay guys, is it clear? So with this we have covered our Markov chain chapter. In the Markov jump we have some integrations as well. Similar way in this you can do the integrations. If you want a particular question to be solved by me, please give me that question and then we can discuss in the next class. Okay? Till then please type as much as possible, try typing these sum sign, try typing these matrices because matrix is an important topic in our CS2 subject. That's why you should be comfortable with either of the approach of typing a transition matrix in your exam. Okay? Till then, thank you guys. Have a nice day.